Cooking away halfway through. Ciao! If you've been abroad on holiday or maybe even in this country, you must have tried fried calamari, generally cooked, deep fried and with a little lemon juice, delicious. Today I'll be doing a slightly healthier version with squids, and they'll be done in the oven with tomatoes and also olives, a lovely combination which I'm sure you will love. But as I'm going to turn the oven on, also I will be having some chips. So I thought that I'll make use of the electricity, and I'm going to show you how I cook my chips in the oven so that you might want to try them as well. So shall we make a start? Why not? I've already pre-sliced my potatoes, and I'm doing them in the size of something in between a proper chip and a French fry, so that they will cook quicker in the oven. I tend to wash them, I put them in cold water for 10 minutes, and they will release some of the starch, which I think is useful for this recipe. Also, I have done one large carrot. You can also do 2 medium carrots, and I have cut them and sliced them roughly in a similar size as my chips. Next, I'm going to be adding a little garlic powder to the mix. This is useful because it will not burn, and it will give a lovely flavor. I've got some fresh rosemary which I've chopped, and of course Julie would say if she was here, and a generous portion of olive oil. I'm putting some pepper right now, but I will leave the salt for the end. And times to get your hands dirty. I think it's the only way sometimes you can do these jobs. You can get in and make sure that everything is absolutely covered in it. They're still cold, and the smell coming up is already lovely. I have lined an oven tray with some baking paper, which will make it easier for the washing up, and I will just be adding them in. Distribute them evenly with your hands, and this will need to cook in the oven for approximately 35 to 40 minutes at a temperature of 190 degrees, but I will give them a little toss halfway through. Perfetto! So as the vegetables are cooking in the oven, I'll move on to the preparation of the main meal. Whenever I defrost fish like this, I always put it on a sieve, and then the bowl underneath and all of the water will just go away. In this particular case, they need to be fairly dry, so it is important that you get rid of all the water. A nice big bowl, and just put them in. Just finished cutting in half 200 grams of cherry tomatoes, which I will be adding to the squids. I will be also adding a few black olives. These are 100 grams of black olives. They've got the pip inside. And 30 grams of Parmesan cheese, which I've already grated. 1 clove of garlic, very finely sliced. And in it goes. Next ingredient is the zest from 1 lemon. And I've got here also a nice handful of fresh parsley. If you cannot get hold of fresh parsley, by all means use the dry stuff as well, but fresh is ideal. I will give it a rough chop, and I will add it to the rest. And now move on to some breadcrumbs. This is 125 grams of dry breadcrumbs. A little pepper. And this is another job you have to do with your hands, I'm afraid, and I have to say I love doing things like this, because it's when you get the most out of food, I think, because you are massaging it. Imagine you are massaging your partner, and this is what you're doing. You are making sure that the food gets a good massage. Then you can add a little olive oil, and now the massage is benefiting from some oil. Now you can add everything in a second oven tray, also lined up with some baking paper. Ensure that everything is evenly distributed so that everything cooks at the same time, and put a little bit more olive oil all over it. And it's now ready to go in the oven. This will be going in for 20 to 25 minutes, the same temperature as the chips at 190 degrees. Cooking away halfway through.
Oh my lord, it smells delicious.
You keep turning up when food is ready.
You look really flushed. Someone said his head in the oven.
I know, yes. So they are done, they're ready, and there seems to be something, sort of a train developing here. Julie appears whenever the food is ready. Something
Right,
in the air.
I can smell it.
You can smell it. So she pretends that she's helping me, but I think it's something to do with
I
the
just
food
thought I'd pop
already.
along at the end for the tasting session.
Okay, let's just take a look at the food. So we have the lovely calamari. You can see the breadcrumbs are lovely and golden, and all of the ingredients. And I have to say, the smell is amazing. And we must remember to put some salt in the potatoes. So, as I mentioned earlier, I have not put any salt at all in here. I'll do that now, and I'll give them a little mix together. And look how lovely the carrots look with the chips, and they're wonderful. I'm not sure about you, but I cannot eat a meal like this. As a Sicilian, if you eat something like this without bread, they throw you to jail. So I'm going to slice some lovely bread and have it with this meal. I'll leave the envy for you, Julie.
Yeah, that's mine.
And I'm going to taste a little piece of calamari with...
Not on the bread.
Oh yes, that's the way to do it. With a couple of pieces of tomato. I'm going to take a big mouthful.
Oh God, there we go. Yeah, he hasn't thought this through, has he?
No. It's massive. I don't know what it is, because calamari on its own, actually, it doesn't smell much. It's quite bland, but you add some ingredients like tomatoes, garlic, and all of the herbs we put in, and it kind of transforms itself from a frog into a prince. Amazing. Absolutely delicious. Buonissimo. Ciao ciao. See you later. Thank you for watching.